بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Children of Israel. Name. Verse 4. Then we clearly declared to the children of Israel in the book. But the subject of discussion in this is not Bani Israel. This name of the head is also often kept only on the symbol like the Quranic surahs. The time of descent. The very first verse indicates that this surah was revealed on the occasion of the ascension. According to most hadiths and biographies, the incident of ascension took place 1 year before the Hijrah. That is why this surah is also one of the surahs that were revealed in the last period of the Makki period. Background. At that time, the Prophet, peace be upon him, raised the voice of monotheism. It took 12 years for your opponents to block your path. All had done their best. But despite all their complaints, your voice reached the corners of Arabia. There was not a tribe of Arabs in which 2 or 4 people were not influenced by your invitation. A small group of such sincere people had formed in Mecca itself, who are ready to take every risk for the success of this Dawah Haq. A large number of powerful tribes of Aus and Khazraj in Medina had become your supporters. Now that was the time when you moved from Mecca to Medina. And there was going to be an opportunity to gather the scattered Muslims and establish a state based on the principles of Islam. In these circumstances, the ascension took place, and on his return, the Prophet, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, conveyed this message to the world. Topic and subject. In this case, warning, understanding, and education are combined in a balanced way. A warning has been given to the infidels of Mecca to learn from the end of the Israelites and other nations. And within the grace given by God, the end of which has begun. Be ready and accept the invitation that Muhammad, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him. And it is being presented through the Quran. Otherwise, you will be erased and other people will be replaced on the earth in your place. Bani Israel were also going to be the schools of revelation soon after the migration. It has been warned that learn from the punishments you have received before and the opportunity you have now. Taking advantage of this is the last one being met with by Muhammad, PBUH. Even if you take the chance and then decide to prove yourself, then it is painful. They suffered a painful end. In the aspect of understanding, it has been explained in a very interesting way that human happiness and sorrow in hearing qualities actually depend on what things. Arguments have been given for the authenticity of monotheism content, prophethood in the Quran. The doubts that were raised by the infidels of Mecca about these fundamental truths have been dispelled, and chastisement and rebuke of the ignorance of the disbelievers have been interspersed with independence. In the aspect of education, those major principles of morality and ethics have been explained. It was as if the Manifesto of Islam was written by the people of Arabs a year before the establishment of the Islamic State. It was clearly stated that it was a sketch, on which Muhammad, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, wants to build the life of his country and then the entire humanity. With all these things, the Prophet, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, has been instructed to stand firm in this storm of difficulties. And don't even think of idealism with the infidels as well as the Muslims who are sometimes persecuted by the infidels and some of their discussions and more. Their storms used to rise spontaneously on the smell of defamation. It has been advised to face the situation with patience and calm, and control your emotions in preaching and the work of Islam. That this is the thing that will distinguish you from the false currents with which the mujahideen of the right path should be equipped. According to traditions, this is the first time when 5 prayers were imposed on Muslims with restrictive beliefs.